This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. For over a century, Rolex has stood as a symbol of precision, craftsmanship, and European sophistication. Yet behind the curated advertisements and polished boutiques lies a series of industry truths that, once exposed, challenged long-held assumptions. In recent months, a wave of revelations, spurred by viral digital content, former industry insiders, and increasingly sophisticated replicas, has reignited a provocative question. Are modern Rolex timepieces truly Swiss marvels, or are they merely global products draped in old-world mythology? In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will investigate the origins of contemporary Rolex watches, the evolution of the Swiss-made standard, and the rising influence of Chinese manufacturing powerhouses, particularly those based in Shenzhen. The findings may be uncomfortable, but in a market increasingly driven by brand storytelling and perceived authenticity, they are undeniably relevant. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, make sure to do so to stay informed on future updates. The erosion of the Swiss-made ideal. Historically, the Swiss-made label has served as an unofficial guarantee of horological excellence. Images of snow-capped villages, wool-clad artisans, and quaint alpine workshops have populated luxury branding for decades. However, this romanticized narrative is now in direct conflict with today's industrial realities. Legal definitions under Swiss law require that a watch may only bear the Swiss-made label if its movement is of Swiss origin. Final assembly is conducted within Switzerland, and at least 60% of the production cost is Swiss-based. Crucially, this regulation pertains to cost, not components, labor hours, or geographic sourcing. As a result, packaging, marketing, logistics, and other non-horological services can be factored into the equation, allowing watches with largely foreign-sourced parts to qualify for the iconic designation. This legal framework has enabled luxury brands to maintain Swiss credentials while engaging in globalized supply chains. Cases, bezels, bracelets, sapphire crystals, and even crown mechanisms are increasingly rumored to be manufactured in Chinese facilities, often the same ones producing remarkably accurate high-end replicas. In the heart of Guangdong province lies Shenzhen, a city once dismissed as a counterfeit hub but now widely recognized as the operational center of the global watch industry. Over 95% of the world's watches pass through its supply chains, ranging from inexpensive quartz models to automatic components built with stunning precision. Contrary to outdated perceptions, Shenzhen is no longer the shadowy underbelly of the horological market. Today, it is a manufacturing powerhouse equipped with state-of-the-art machinery, ISO-certified production lines, and quality control standards that rival those of many European facilities. Some suppliers openly advertise component fabrication for luxury brands like Omega, and, according to certain unconfirmed sources, even Rolex. Factory listings boast 904L stainless steel, ceramic bezels, and sapphire displays, often built to exact specifications with millimeter precision. In some cases, the only differentiator is a Swiss quality inspector's signature, and the branding affixed during final assembly. The replica market has evolved from cartoonish knockoffs to intricate duplications. In the current landscape, so-called unbranded builds, high-quality watch constructions without infringing logos, are increasingly common. These timepieces are not simply visual copies. They are precision-engineered objects using identical materials, and in some instances, identical suppliers. Recent leaks, anonymous factory footage, and former employee accounts suggest that certain unlicensed buildings may even be constructed using surplus parts from legitimate contracts. Cases, dials, and bracelets, intended for luxury brands but discarded due to overproduction or failed quality checks, are rumored to be repurposed and resold in parallel markets. These watches are not counterfeit in the traditional sense, but exist in a gray area of horological legitimacy. In early 2025, Rolex made a rare move. It quietly reduced the retail prices of several cornerstone models, including the Submariner and GMT Master II. The decision was made with minimal publicity and no formal announcement, an uncharacteristic departure for a brand known for its strategic silence and price rigidity. Either way, the implications are significant. If a brand with Rolex's stature adjusts pricing amidst rumors of diluted authenticity and unprecedented replica quality, then the perceived prestige premium may no longer be as unassailable as once believed. The modern luxury timepiece is an international creation. While Switzerland continues to serve as the symbolic and logistical headquarters of the industry, actual production often stretches across multiple continents. Cases might be machined in China, movements assembled in Switzerland, and straps sourced from Italy or Thailand. Marketing operations, meanwhile, are likely split between New York, London, and Hong Kong. This global integration is not unique to Rolex. It applies to the entire high-end watch sector. However, Rolex's tightly controlled brand identity and opaque operations make such revelations particularly impactful. The brand has long positioned itself as a paragon of independent craftsmanship, an image that conflicts with allegations of shared suppliers, offloaded surplus parts, and flexible interpretations of Swiss-made. Despite mounting evidence and widespread speculation, coverage from mainstream media and industry publications remains scarce. The reason is relatively straightforward. The luxury watch sector finances much of its narrative. Luxury is no longer defined solely by function, material, or heritage. In an era where smartphones offer atomic clock accuracy, a mechanical wristwatch's value lies in symbolism. It is a statement of identity, aspiration, and exclusivity. This dynamic has led to the rise of what can be termed the prestige tax, the sizable premium paid for a product's brand equity rather than its intrinsic components. If the cost of producing a $12,000 Rolex is closer to $1,500, as some insiders suggest, then the remaining margin represents the intangible, but powerful value of perception. That perception, however, is increasingly under threat. If a $300 build from Shenzhen is nearly indistinguishable from its $12,000 counterpart, both in aesthetics and function, then the prestige itself may be eroding. This does not necessarily spell the end for luxury brands, but it does compel a reevaluation of what constitutes genuine value. Today's consumers are better informed than ever. Social media platforms and online forums have democratized knowledge, creating a culture of transparency previously unseen in the luxury goods space. The rise of watch-focused subreddits, Discord communities, and independent review channels has cultivated a generation of collectors who value clarity over illusion. This shift is forcing brands to confront uncomfortable realities. The concealment of globalized manufacturing, the opaque use of third-party suppliers, and the over-reliance on historical branding are no longer sustainable strategies. To maintain trust and relevance, luxury watchmakers must embrace authenticity not just in craftsmanship, but in communication. The revelations surrounding Rolex, and by extension, the broader Swiss watch industry, mark a pivotal moment in horological history. The traditional narrative of handcrafted alpine excellence is being challenged by data, digital evidence, and high-precision replicas. Shenzhen's rise as a manufacturing titan is not merely an economic phenomenon, but a cultural one, reshaping the very definitions of craftsmanship and authenticity. Luxury watch brands are now confronted with a choice: continue to cloak operations in mystique or pivot toward transparent, modern storytelling. Either path carries risk. Silence may protect short-term margins, but risks long-term credibility. Honesty may invite scrutiny, but it builds enduring loyalty. The Swiss-made label still holds weight, but its meaning is evolving. In a world where replicas rival originals and global factories build the components once crafted in secluded valleys, prestige must be earned anew, not through illusion, but through integrity. For those observing from within the luxury world, the question is no longer whether the crown is crooked, but how long can it remain upright in the face of such revelations? What are your thoughts on the revelations surrounding Rolex production? Do these insights change how you view luxury timepieces? Share your perspective in the comments below and let us know where you stand on this important industry conversation. If you found this analysis valuable, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Luxury World for more in-depth coverage of the stories shaping the future of high-end horology.